Hello students, welcome to this audio about the final and some office hours that I'll be offering to answer questions about the final. So I'll be having office hours for this class, BA131, a couple of times to answer any questions you might have about the final. These will be on Wednesday, May 29th from 2 to 3 p.m. and Saturday, June 1st from 9 to 10 a.m. This is to answer any questions about the final exam, not to go over any of your assignments. So we're not going to discuss individual grades, assignments, etc. It is only to review any questions that you may have about the final exam, part 1 and part 2. All you have to do to join is on the day of the meeting, click on Tech Connect Zoom on the left margin. Then you'll see a button that says Join Meeting, and then I'll be there. Try to make it as close to the start time as possible, 2 p.m. on Wednesday, May 29th, or 9 a.m. on Saturday, June 1st. Because if we finish all the questions early, I may not stay till the end of the hour. The final exam is in 2 parts. You have a multiple choice in part 1, and you have the study guide in module 7, so you'll be fine with that. And part 2 is an action plan reflection paper. For the study guide for part 1, you're going to have 10 questions worth 80 points each for a total of 800 points. And as long as you know the information in the study guide, you'll be fine. So we'll cover basic things that we have covered in the class. For example, what are the 3 modes of interpreting? What does KSA stand for, and why do interpreters, translators need to have KSA? We talk about class exercise 6, the term that was used for in-home visitors. For discussion 7, we'll cover that this week. It's about the Black Lives Matter movement. When you have phrases that are embedded in the news, in the media, etc., do you translate those phrases? Or do you leave them in English even when you're speaking in Spanish? You should have access to the English-Spanish glossary for special education. You'll need to be able to translate some specific terms, such as individualized educational program, speech or language impairment, autism spectrum disorder. From module 6, we have the N400 naturalization form, and that is translated into Spanish. But if the USCIS only accepts the form in English, why is it available in Spanish? What is the official translation of the term DACA? And in class exercise 2, we made some corrections to an ad. So go over that to make sure you understand what was corrected and what was the final format. For the final exam, part 2, the action plan reflection paper, you're going to write that and submit it in a Word document, only. So that is for you to reflect on what you have learned in this semester and write a 2-page action plan. And what I'd like you to do is to focus on your area or areas that you are planning to go into. Are you planning to go into education, legal, medical interpretation, business, or anything like that? And I'd like you to have an action plan with specific detailed steps on what you're going to do to continue your learning. And I give you a couple of examples that you can work with. And part 2 is worth 1,200 points. The due date for part 2 is Saturday, June 8th, so I have enough time to grade. And the due date for part 1 is Sunday, June 9th. All right, so if you have any questions, you can send me a message, or you can join me for the office hours. These are optional. You don't have to join if you don't need to, but I'm offering these for you in case you want to ask any questions about the final. Again, that's Wednesday, May 29th at 2 p.m. and Saturday, June 1st at 9 a.m. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for taking this class, and I wish you the best in the final exam and the rest of your career.